Welcome in, Tiger fans. This is Tiger Den Sports. I am your host, Jason Darcy, the best blind guy in sports. If you're looking for LSU content, if you love LSU, consider hitting that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any uploads that come your way. And also, don't forget to hit that like button. In today's show, we're going to be talking all things LSU baseball. Um, what happened last year and previewing this year's team. So with that being said, in 2022, LSU baseball did not pan out the way fans thought that the team should be. We thought at least LSU would be in Omaha, but they got eliminated in the Super Regional. That was a disappointment when they lost to Southern Miss, and that's due mostly to our pitching staff and our defense. Our lineup, the batters, they did what they were supposed to do. They hit a ton of home runs. They had a ton of RBIs. They hit for a high average, but you could only do so much hitting. We scored over what 4 runs a game, 5 runs a game, and y'all remember, I'm doing this blind. So if I get a stat wrong, or if I miss a player that you want to hear about or talk about, y'all leave a comment below and let me know that I missed this player, or I did not talk about this player, or this stat is wrong, because I have no list in front of me. I'm trying to remember everything, and I will get to it in the next show. That's how this channel works. I want y'all input, and I also want y'all to correct me so I can correct myself as well. So with that being said, the batters did their job. They had the home runs. They had the RBIs. They hit for a high average. But we didn't have top end pitching. Our bullpen was, I think, better than our starters last year. You had Eric Razelman, you had Paul Gervais in the eighth and ninth, which was really good. Then you had Riley Cooper that could come in at any time in the bullpen last year and get you 3 outs or 6 outs that you needed. Then you had Bryce Collins, I think his name was last year. He did a decent job. He came over from Arizona with Riley Cooper and Jay Johnson. But your starting pitchers last year was not good. Blake Money was your opening day starter on Friday night. He did not pan out to be one of the best starters in the league. Ty Floyd, he was a good starter, but he only had a fastball. He didn't have a changeup, a slider, or anything like that. But I hear this year that he's coming around with those pitches, and we'll talk about that later. But our starting pitchers were not that good. They were okay, but they wasn't SEC caliber pitchers that can win you a 1-0 game. LSU had to out-hit everyone last year if they wanted to win, because our fielding was bad too. Y'all know Jordan Thompson, how he had all those errors, and toward the end of the season, he turned it around, did a lot better. But from what I heard was he had a knee procedure at the beginning of last year before the season started. Nobody knew about that, and people tore Jordan Thompson to shreds and didn't want him playing shortstop. But that could be because of the knee injury, and his knee surgery, and he was trying to rehab it while playing. So that could be the cause. But LSU, had a bad fielding percentage. I think, put it this way, LSU was mostly middle of the league or higher, from like 6 to 10 in fielding percentage, pitching, ERA, all that type of stuff, which was not good. And then you lose Cade Doughty this past year to the draft. Jacob Berry went to the draft. So that's a lot of home runs that LSU is giving up between Jacob Berry and Cade Doughty. Jacob Berry hit 20, I believe. Cade Doughty hit 15. That's 35 home runs right there that you gotta improve upon this year without them. So getting to 2023 season, which is fixing to start, and I'm sure everybody's excited about this team. They have so much talent on this team. The freshmen that are coming in look amazing from what I hear. I can't see them. But the pitching staff as well is looking really good. Now, there is one concern on this team, and I will let you know probably toward the end of this show. There's one concern on this team that I have, and I will tell you this. But let's talk about who I think will be starting in the outfield this year. I think Josh Pearson, who's a sophomore this year, will be taking over in left. He did amazing things last year in the outfield and at the plate. He's a very patient hitter. He takes his walks, he battles, and he did really good at the plate last year as a freshman. In the outfield, you can't ask for better. He got the speed. He can catch the ball, throw the ball. He does it all. So I think he's going to play left field. That's no debate there. Um, Everybody knows that uh, Dylan Cruz will be playing center field. He's going to be top 2 or 3 pick in the draft this coming year. He's going to be playing center. There's no debate there. You know what he does at the plate. Now in right field, this is where people just don't know what's going to happen. You got Braden Jobert, who can play in right field. He's not the best on defense. He can't cover a lot of ground. I believe he has a strong arm, but if it's hit to the right center gap, I don't know if he can run it down like a Josh Stevenson. Uh, so it's Braden Jobert in right field, Josh Stevenson battling out. I'm hearing great things about Paxton Kling, I believe his name is. Um, he can play out in the right field. I'm sure there's a couple others that I'm leaving out. If there's somebody else I'm leaving out that you want to know about, leave a comment. Like I said, I'll get to it in my next show. Um, but that's the 3 right now. I think that's leading in right field. If I had to choose today, excuse me, I believe Braden Jobert might be the opening day starter. But I believe Josh Stevenson and Paxton Kling will get a lot of playing time out there to see what they can do. Because if Braden Jobert don't play in right, he's gonna play in DH. But for now, I'm gonna say Braden Jobert opens the season in right field, and mostly because of his bat. He got an awesome bat, but he can't play DH all the time because you have Paul Skeens, who's pitching, that came over from Air Force, that's gonna be pitching. He throws 100 miles an hour, and he hit 13 or 14 home runs last year. So he can hit as well. So I think he's going to be playing DH most of the time. So right now, outfield would be Josh Pearson, Dylan Cruz, and Braden Jobert with Josh Stevenson and Paxton Kling right on his heels. That's going to get playing time. Now, oh man, I got tickled. But third base, you got Tommy White, or AKA Tommy Tanks. He came over from NC State. He hit 27 home runs as a freshman last year. He's coming in to play third base at LSU, and from what I'm hearing, he's doing a great job at third base playing defense. You know what he's going to give you at the plate. He's going to give you home run power, average. I mean, he's gonna take the place of the Jacob Berry home run total. That's how good he is. Then you know you got Jordan Thompson at short. He got his position. They're not taking him out. From what I'm hearing, his errors in the spring have been down. I don't think he's going to have the same season as he did last year with errors. He's going to play a lot more consistently on defense. And also at the plate, he hit 12 home runs, I believe. No. My bad. I don't think he hit that many home runs. Y'all correct me if I said that wrong. He might not hit that many home runs, but he did come up in clutch situations a lot of the time. He won you some games with the last at bat. He tied some games up. He hit key home runs to put you up or tie the game. So he did really great things at the plate as well. So Tommy White at third, Jordan Thompson at the short, that's solidified. Now, you know Trey Morgan at first base, he ain't losing his spot either. Trey Morgan's a really great defensive first baseman. Gold Glover, you know what he can do at the plate. He hits for consistent average. He can run the bases well. We don't have to worry about that either. Now, second base is another position that nobody knows what's going to happen. Uh, you have Ben Napote, who transferred in. I think it was from somewhere in Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all let me know in the comments what that is as well, where he come from. Excuse me, man. But Ben Napote, I think his name is playing second base. They said he got a great bat as well. I think he hit over 300 at his last stop. He's a veteran. I think 3 years playing. Um, so he's going to hit for high average. He's basically going to do the little things that you want. He's not going to hit for a lot of power. He's going to play a great defensive second base. He's going to hit for average. He's going to work the count, get on base, and that's just what he's going to do. But then you have also Gavin Guidry, the big time freshman that came in. He could play short or second. They're playing him at second right now. You got Gavin Dugas, who's I think his fifth or sixth year now with the COVID year. They're playing him at second base. So who's gonna play second right now? If I had to pick this moment, I would. Also they have another one. Jack Merrifield just came to mind. He's been playing second base. When he was at LSU Eunice, he was a Gold Glove second baseman. Oh, I'm just getting over a cold. But Jack Merrifield was a Gold Glover at LSU Eunice, playing second base. But LSU played him at third base last year, and it didn't work out too great. He did a decent job, but his most suitable position is second base. Now, he's not that great at the plate. He strikes out. He's not going to hit for a lot of power, all those type of things. But he's going to play a great second base for you. So if I had to choose opening day starter, I would probably put Jack Merrifield or Merrifield, whatever his last name is, playing second base as a starter. But that's not to say Ben Napote, Gavin Guidry, or Gavin Dugas won't get playing time there, because they will. And we'll see after about the first 3 or 4 weekends who takes over that second base position, because it's going to be fluid for the first few weekends. Y'all just got to remember that. Trying to get the best lineup out there, the best defensive lineup, best hitting lineup, and all that. So right now, I'd say Jack Merrifield at second. Now behind the plate, this is another position. You got Alex Milazzo. Everybody knows Alex Milazzo is a great catcher, great defensive catcher. He'll stop the pass balls. He'll stop the wild pitches. Um, he'll call a great game. He does everything that you want a catcher to do. He could throw the runners out. Nobody can steal on him because he got that strong of an arm and that quick of a release. So as a catcher, Alex Milazzo is really good as a defensive catcher. He's not a good hitter, and he probably never will be, but he will be in the majors because somebody wants a defensive catcher. So with him there, and then you got Brady Neal, a freshman. You got Jared Jones, a freshman, and then Ethan Fry, who's a freshman that came in. I'm hearing Brady Neal has an awesome bat, a lot of power to all fields. He's a really good catcher. He's not as great as Alex Milazzo yet as a defensive catcher, but he does a great job back there. There's no complaints. It's just Alex Milazzo is a way better defensive catcher. So I think it's those two battling it out for the opening day start. And I think Alex Milazzo got the edge just because of his defense. But I can see Brady Neal taking over in the middle of the season if they need another bat in the lineup. And put it this way, Brady Neal could be opening day starter. I don't know. What if they use Brady Neal to start the games because they want to get on top early? They want bats in the lineup. And then later on in the game, in the 7th, 8th, and ninth, you bring Alex Milazzo in for his defense if you're on top. Or it could be the other way around. Alex Milazzo can start the game for defensive purposes. And then 6th, 7th, 8th, Brady Neal could come in because you down a run or two, so you need a bat in the lineup. So you could go either way, but right now I say Alex Milazzo will be the starting catcher opening day. So now, with that being said, you got Josh Pearson, Dylan Cruz, Braden Jobert in the outfield. You got Tommy White, Jordan Thompson, Jack Merrifield, Trey Morgan, and Alex Milazzo on the infield. That's my projected starters, position-wise. Now we go to the pitching staff. This is the point of the show where I'm going to tell you I have concerns about one area. And I believe the one concern LSU has is the bullpen. I know LSU brought great transfers in as pitchers. I know they got great freshmen coming in as pitchers. But you lost Eric Razelman and Paul Gervais, who played your 8th and 9th inning last year, who closed the games for you. When you got to the 8th and 9th, you knew they was there. They could close the game for you. I don't think you have that this year just yet. You had it in Grant Taylor, but Grant Taylor got hurt. He has a UCL injury and he's out for the season. And that was going to be your closer, I believe. But with him going down, I don't know who's going to be the closer just yet. We're going to talk about that. But let's talk about the starters first. Paul Skeens coming over from Air Force. That man can throw the ball. He throws almost 98, 99 miles an hour fastball every pitch that he does. He can get into the 6th and 7th innings. He did it at Air Force. He can swing the bat. He can do it all. And he got, I think, 3 other pitches, a curveball, changeup, slider, and he can throw them all for strikes. So Paul Skeens will be your Friday night starter. Your Saturday starter will probably be another transfer from UCLA, Thatcher Hurd. He got 3 great pitches that he can throw for strikes. And his fastball's in the mid-90s, I think 94, 95. Sometimes he can get it to 96. But he also got a good off-speed pitch as well. And I believe before he got hurt at UCLA last year, at the beginning of the year, I think he was like 2-0 with a 1-point-something ERA, with 30-something strikeouts or 40 strikeouts before he got hurt. So he is a great pitcher as well. So you got Paul Skeens on Friday, Thatcher Hurd on Saturday, and I believe your third starter will be Ty Floyd on Sunday. Ty Floyd, he was throwing 91, 92 last year. Occasionally getting up to 93, 94 if your rear's back. Well, this year, he's hitting 94, 95 consistently. And everybody knows he got a great fastball. SEC players couldn't hit his fastball last year too good. And that's the only pitch he had. But this year, he added an off-speed pitch with Wes Johnson helping him. So he's not only throwing harder at 94, 95 consistently, he also got a off-speed pitch that he's throwing for strikes now. So with Skeens, Hurd, and Floyd as your starters, that's a great 3 starters in the SEC. I think Tennessee's starters are probably better, but LSU's a close second. But then you get to the other transfers. Christian Little came in from Vanderbilt. He's a really good pitcher as well. Does he get the does he get the Tuesday starts? I don't know. There's also Chase Shores, who's a freshman that throws 99 miles an hour. Does he get the Tuesday starts? I don't know yet. You got Blake Money, who started games last year. It didn't pan out as a starter, but you can move him to the bullpen or let him start Tuesday nights. So you got like 6 starters. You got 6 right there that can be potential starters. Put it that way. And then you get into the bullpen. This is where I think you you're gonna probably struggle for the first few weekends trying to figure out who you can trust, what what I'm trying to say, who when to bring in certain players to get certain outs. You got Riley Cooper. You know what he could do. He's a really great pitcher. He can come in, get you 3 outs, 6 outs, 9 outs. He can come in at any point in the game and get you that. I don't think you want him as a closer because then you get rid of what's special about him. Because he can come in the fourth inning when a starting pitcher's struggling, and he could pitch to the sixth or seventh and get you through those middle innings. Or if you up by a run, he can come in the seventh or eighth inning and shut down the lineup for the next 2 innings if you need him to. So I don't know if you want to put him as a closer per se, or label him as a closer, because he does too many things well in the middle innings to get outs. That's your most trusted pitcher right now. You got Bryce Collins, who came over from Arizona, and they said he's throwing 94, 95 now with the off-speed pitch. That's really good. So he's going to play a big role in the bullpen. You have Garrett Edwards, who's a freshman last year. He's going to be a big time in the bullpen as well. And I'm sure I'm going to forget some players. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know which ones I missed, because some of them are slipping my mind right now, but I'm doing the best I can. I hope y'all enjoying the video so far. If you are, please like it, subscribe, and share it to your social media platforms as well. So you have Blake Money that could be in the bullpen and come get you 3 or maybe even 6 outs, because you know he could throw the ball. He could throw a fastball, but does he have an off-speed pitch that you can rely on to get more outs? Will Christian Little be in the bullpen instead of on Tuesdays? There's a lot of questions in the bullpen, and that's why I say my concern right now is the bullpen. Not that you don't have talent, because you got the freshmen coming in. I don't know all the freshmen name. I forget them. I don't have them in front of me. I know Chase Shores is one of them. And then you got the transfers coming in. Then you have your veterans coming back from last year. So not that you don't have talent in the bullpen. You just don't know who's going to be your closer, who you're going to be able to rely on to get certain outs in certain situations. And that's why I say that's my concern. We're going to find out over the first 3 weeks who Jay Johnson trusts, who's going to pitch out of the bullpen, because you know everybody's not going to pitch. He's only going to pitch the trusted ones, the reliable ones, the ones that he can count on. So the bullpen is my concern. And like I said, it's a lot of talent, a lot of veterans, a lot of young guys coming in. So hopefully these guys step up and they're reliable and they can get the outs when they need them. And I don't think LSU's fielding is going to be as bad this year either. They're not going to be in the middle of the pack. They're going to be top 3 in defense in the SEC this year. So I hope y'all like this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell for when I upload more LSU content that you want to hear.